Welcome to a brand new episode of the Post Game. I'm your host, Davion, and I'm joined by Elijah
Yo,
and my boy Ollie.
Yo, what's up?
How we doing today, y'all?
doing good. Start off the Monday with a good so far coming off work. So hopefully it stay like that for the rest of the week.
Yeah. Ollie, how we doing?
Pretty good.
Good. Yeah,
How
we're
are
back.
you?
How am I? I'm okay. Something happened to me a couple minutes ago, and I was a little bit upset, but I'm okay. I can get fixed. But today we are back for Premier League Week 4 already. Like it's flying by. And yeah, I mean midweek games start back again this week, so we'll have a double upload of this. One's gonna come out on Tuesday, and one's gonna come out on Friday night. And so yeah, we'll look forward to those and check those out. Be sure if you ever have a comment or something about what we're talking about, please leave the comment and like and subscribe. But yeah, first game we're gonna start off by talking about is Manchester United versus Southampton. Elijah, this being
Not
your
a
team
dub
now,
in the book.
again. Now it's your team again. So how do you feel about United?
It was always my team. I was just rooting for Arsenal. I still am rooting for Arsenal. Still am. But so far so good. Same lineup. Same. Everything's looking good. Martinez still good. The defenders looking like they're ready to play. Everything is going good. I mean, it was a struggle bus. Took a minute to get that goal. But that play that happened was just phenomenal. Like Dalit moving up forward. We dropped Elanga to the defensive right back. The play was just so good, how it set up for Bruno Mars for the shot. So, if we could continue to play like that and play like Dalit moving forward and Elanga dropping back, things could happen. Good things can happen out of it. Keep the same lineup. I think we should keep Ronaldo on the bench.
Whoa.
Just saying, for now, we should keep him on the bench. Because so far, like, how everything's going is like we can't, stop something that's working for us, like having Ronaldo, Ronaldo's that predominantly striker that we have that we know he wants to get the ball all the time. Meanwhile, as when he's on the bench, everybody's sharing the ball with each other. So, I think it's just to stay like that. Southampton, good team as well. So, not too much to say. Just hopefully we keep it up and keep up this form.
Ollie, anything on Manchester United's second win in a row?
I just want to bring up how he was burying De Gea at the beginning of the season. That's the first two games. Let's bring that back up because he actually
wanted him to be.
I still want him gone. I still want him gone. It's not changing. Not changing.
He played. He's part of the reason this.
He did play phenomenal.
He played amazing, he showed today why he is still a world class goalkeeper. Like I just don't understand how you. Wow. Okay. I mean, that's my opinion. I think he's still world class. I don't think he's number one by any means, but I think he does fit in that world class category still. With that being said, the only thing I really have to say is, Fernandez obviously plays so much better without Ronaldo on the pitch. Everyone does just because they can touch the ball. And there's this isn't a question of sit him or play him at this point. It's play him or transfer him. There's no sitting Ronaldo. That's not a thing. It's not a thing. He's only going to put up with it for so long. Some people think that last game may have been his last game. It's very possible because if you're not going to play him,
the transfer window is on Thursday.
First. Yeah. So before they play again, it's like, actually, might have one more game before that.
Tomorrow.
Okay, yeah. So, but point being, it's like it's time. Make your choice now. And if he's just trying to make him enter his way back in, I get that also. But they would have obviously had a conversation about that by now on what his expected comeback time is or whatever, or what he's looking for. But with that being said, that's what that comes down to. It's not a sit him or play him. It's a trade him or transfer him or play him. So we'll see how that goes. But I do like the team's current lineup as is.
Yeah, I mean, y'all said it.
Other than Casemiro, obviously he's gonna fit in somewhere.
I can't wait for him to
He's gonna
start.
go. I think he's gonna slot in where
Oh,
McTominay.
he's definitely starting. Like, give him time. He's definitely gonna
Oh, yeah.
start over McTominay.
For sure, no question.
Yeah.
I mean, like y'all said, I mean, Southampton's a good team as well. They just, I mean, that goal, like you said, Elijah, was just vintage Manchester United. Like they were just great link up play, and definitely just went and finished it off for him, Bruno. And that defense is just they're still bending but not breaking. So I mean, 2 games back to back. Can they make it a third next week? We'll talk about that in a second, later in the episode. But yeah, next game, Chelsea versus Leicester. So
Go ahead, Chelsea fan.
so this game was very like it was it I realized one thing, and not one thing, I realized a couple things. But my main takeaway from this game was that when Chelsea's defense is like solid and has a firm foundation, our attack and our attacking players are confident enough to go forward and make runs and figure out what they want to do. Because we saw, I mean, we went down to 10 men early in this, I mean, like, kind of later in the second half. Early in the first half. Early in the first half, not
It was
sorry.
first half.
28th minute.
Early in the first half. And then we saw, like, at halftime, Azpilicueta came on. And I've been saying this for weeks now, is that we should start Azpilicueta. Because if we start Aspie and then we put Reece James at right wing back, and he can be able to push up and down that field and put those crosses in like he did this weekend, like it works every single time. And so it's like, in my opinion, like why isn't he starting? I understand that like you want to get Ruben Loftus-Cheek or Conor Gallagher some playing time, but like we're gonna lose games if we don't start Azpilicueta. Simple.
Agree.
And so if we start Aspie, and that I mean that 3-5-2 or whatever formation he wants to, where there's wing backs, like it works every single time. Like it just works. And we saw the past 2 or 3 games that he's made that same sub. We see Chelsea's defense and our offense on midfield start to click because Reece is able to go up the wing a little bit higher. And he's like, let's be real, he plays so well, and like he can play so well in that right wing role. Like he just works there. And so if we can make that transition to that, I love to. Sterling looked amazing. I mean, we put the ball at his feet at the back of goal. I mean, it's just a tap in. And so Chelsea looked good, even going down 10 men pretty early on. They bent but didn't break. We allowed 1 goal, but I mean, what do you expect with 10 men? But we looked good. We did. Anybody else has an opinion on Chelsea? Well, hold on, one more thing. Leicester City are just scrambling right now. I think they're waiting for the window to close so they can really figure out what they got. But right now they are struggling.
I agree. Pretty much what I wanted to add on. It's not off topic, but it's on topic about I'm gonna butcher his name. Azpilicueta.
Azpilicueta.
That's not too bad.
That's not too bad.
But pretty much what you were saying about him, that y'all should start him more and whatever. And back to what I was trying to say, that's kind of off topic. I don't know why I don't start him. Even on FIFA, when I play FIFA, I'll always start him because to me he's just a good defender, and he helps y'all out. And like you said, he helps push Reece James up. So that's pretty much what I wanted to say about Chelsea. But like you said, Sterling got the tap-ins. Leicester is still struggling, still trying to find out like what's the problem and what's going on. So we'll see.
What are y'all doing to the American, man? What's happening over there? That's my question.
So
we don't have to.
I don't know what it is, and I mean, like Thomas Tuchel, he's won a Champions League. He's a big coach, so I'm not gonna question what he does. But like, I mean, granted, for weeks I have been bashing Kai Havertz. He actually looked decent on the weekend. He was involved in the play. He was visible, and that's something he hasn't been all season long. He was visible this weekend, so I applaud that. But also, like, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to leave or what the case may be. But I mean, he's gonna make the American national team.
Hearing that coming from you is funny because I did watch a little bit of that game. I didn't watch fully of that game, but when I was watching and I was listening to like the commentators, they was bashing Kai Harvest on there. Like they was saying like he don't look like he want to play. What's going on? They was kind of bashing him when they was talking about him a little bit. So
I mean, if you want to say from weeks in the past, have at it. But I would say he looked the most visible he's looked all season long this week. I'm gonna go ahead.
I also don't find it fair to judge someone playing a forward role, or in his case, I guess a cam
Striker.
type role.
Yeah, he
striker.
He plays striker for us.
Okay, so with that being said, it's like I can't really judge they try to judge their body language, saying this and that about them. You're down a man. You're not going to see the ball that much,
Exactly.
So I want to see them get frustrated. If my striker isn't frustrated because he's not getting the ball, trade him. I don't want him. I don't want him. So I mean, I don't really, it really just depends on how he wants to play this team. But it just sucks as an American seeing Pulisic only get in garbage time, or not necessarily garbage time, because in soccer there's not much of that, but just in these times where it's a 1-goal game and you put him in late and he can't really get his footing, by the time it's time to actually do something. So I just want to see the American play somewhere, man.
I mean, is it him trying to be careful not to get hurt before the World Cup?
Well, now he's saying he wants out, didn't he?
What's out of Chelsea? I mean, listen, he can want out of Chelsea all he wants. If I'm him, I mean, if I honestly think it's like him just trying to. There's more than one way to look at it. He can look for a transfer, do you? But like, I feel like if he wants to like play in the World Cup, I think and like be healthy, I think he just needs to just take these like garbage minutes, because let's be real, like it's so easy for him to get hurt. And if I'm the US, I'm like, hey, you're relaxing. You're not like, you can keep training, you can keep having your fitness up, but I don't want you playing 90 minutes of a freaking soccer game.
Yeah, I mean that's also a point. Definitely trying to stay healthy, but I mean, if you can't get your work in and get some meaningful minutes against meaningful players, it's like it's going to be hard to really get back in that groove. Because you can be healthy, but if you're not playing, it's going to be hard to play those 90 minutes in those 110, 20-minute games that, will happen down the line. So it's just like, you got to play. So either your fitness will mess you up in the end, or your form. Yeah, I feel like it's either or for him. So if his form still looks good, then okay, maybe whatever he was playing at is worth it. But if he looks like garbage during the World Cup, it's like, okay, well, yeah, America.
I mean, I couldn't really tell you like why he doesn't start Christian over Kai. I mean, Kai Havertz, here's just a point I was going to make, is like he plays so much better when he's like in that cam role, like where he can like control possession and like and hold the ball up. Like he plays so much better in that role, and I don't really understand why Thomas Tuchel wants to like play him at striker. Granted, we have a couple other like not really great strikers on the bench, but like there's people that can definitely make a name for themselves over him. Like, would you start Christian Pulisic at striker? I mean, you could, but like, would you? Like, would you? But I don't know. That's just a matter of what his system that he wants to run, and I honestly don't know what that is. One plus for Leicester real quick. Harvey Barnes looked really, really back to like his normal self, or a glimpse of his normal self, on the weekend. So after that rough injury last season, I'm glad to see him back out there. Yeah, I think we hit on it for 2 seconds. Conor Gallagher got a red card. Oh, he got his second yellow pretty early on. They were just two dumb tackles. Well, they were two dumb tackles realistically. And so I think that's one of those things where it's like it was a very aggressive game, and he was just trying to like get his foot in the door, trying to really wake up the team and be aggressive and alert, but it just backfired on him. But yeah, moving on. Brighton Leeds. Brighton won 1-0 against Leeds. I mean, Brighton are a team right now to beat. I mean, Brighton I think they're top 4, aren't they? Yeah, they're 4th right now. And so them beating on Leeds, well, not beating, them beating Leeds 1-0 definitely kept them on track to be a team to watch out for this year.
Yeah, I mean, they're being in fourth. That's great for them. We'll see how they can do down the line. But so far they look really good. I definitely can see them, top 10.
Oh, okay.
Maybe what?
Because previous podcast you was kind of trashing them, and me and Davion was the only two that was still saying that they were pretty good. So,
well, I mean, once I see more results after I make my statement, I could change. I can give them some praise. I'm not taking back my comments, but in their current form, they look like they could be a top 10 team, or maybe even a little higher than that. I've already said many times that really 5th through 10th to 12th spots really up for grabs, kind of. So, I mean, I can see them sneaking in the back half of that, but there are still a lot of teams in that bottom 5. Well, not a lot now, but there's about 2-3 teams in that bottom 5-6 that will make some runs for sure. So
yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah. Next up, Manchester City versus Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace.
Oh, I got in somebody's skin.
City won 4-2.
So let's hear him talk.
Hold on, after City went down for 2-0.
2-0
for half. Ollie, this being your team, talk to me about what happened.
Man, I don't know. They looked very bad that first half. Very bad. And it was honestly frustrating to watch. Just because I started to see Kyle Walker do exactly what he was doing the last game and hovering into that midfield. Obviously, this is something that Pep is telling him to do. Because let's be very clear, I'm not saying Walker is at fault necessarily for doing what he's told. What I'm saying is the way he is being played is not how we're going to win games down the line against good teams. Because he's not a CDM. It does not make sense to let him make those decisions. He's used to playing on that on the end, so he needs to be there. So just seeing that still is a little frustrating, just because I know like it's Palace and they have beat us. I think they beat us the last 2 games, or no, we tied 1 and they beat us like 3 times. It was some crazy stat.
They beat you twice last year.
And then we tied once or something like that.
Tied once, yeah.
So it's just like, they give us trouble, but then just seeing the second half really made me happy. Seeing Haaland get his first hat trick in the Premier League, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. He played really well. That last goal is a vintage Haaland goal where you screen off the defender and just have somehow a powerful strike from about 12, 13 yards out. So it's like, man, it was good to see that, but that first half, I wasn't too convinced. We had 75% possession. I think at halftime we were still at like 60s, and it just not good. Crystal Palace had 2 shots and 2 goals. One of them was an own goal, by Stones, but it's just come on. So at the end we won, but I still didn't love the performance. Like if we play against a top team. Mm-mm.
I mean, the way Crystal Palace they beat you, they flip the field like that, just like Brentford does, and some other teams that are really good at countering, like Tottenham does. And so, I mean, being able to make a comeback like City did after going down 2-0, I mean, that's big. I mean, Haaland, I think we know Haaland is just going to score goals. That's just his IQ. That's just his identity. And that's the player he is. I mean, he just brought in 3 more. So I think he's definitely one to watch out for the Golden Boot this year. He might get 40 in all comps. But I mean, listen, City, like we know and love and hate, City will be a top team at the end of the season. Speaking of a top team, Liverpool played Bournemouth and won 9-0.
I mean, we all agreed that it was going to win. Like,
do we think this?
But not 9-0 though. I wasn't expecting a 9-0. I was expecting at least 4-0, but 9-0, almost 10. That is crazy.
This is what we call playing angry.
Yes, that's exactly what it was.
This is like anytime a good team loses to a team that they should beat, or at least in that moment, we all thought they should have won that game, right? Or at least play better than they did. I mean, Salah looked not very great that last game.
They all look bad.
Yeah, so it was just after you play like that, you gotta steamroll somebody. Like I watched it for many, many years with the Patriots. I don't know if it's gonna go like that anymore, but where after a loss, you bounce back
Yeah.
hard. And this right here, I mean, 9 goals to the good. I don't know what that puts their goal difference at, but Jesus. 13.
Eesh.
And they're in ninth. So, like, having that goal difference now will help them down the road when, maybe City will drop a game, maybe Arsenal drops a game and they tie, but they got that goal difference. So it'll come in handy at the end of the year. Trust me.
I agree. I mean, Ollie, just like what you said, like, I am a firm believer of good teams when they lose to a team that they can or should beat, and they look bad, or it's just a poor performance. That next week you have to come out. That's a statement game. That's okay. I want to blow you. I'm beating you by as many points as I need to show you that I am not who you think that was last week, and that's exactly what they did. I mean, 9 goals, and they started early, and these goals weren't like tap-ins. Trent scored a rocket across the box. And I'm like, that's his bread. That's what he does. And does this show that Liverpool are back and that they are definitely still a team to be afraid of? Yes. I think if you thought that Liverpool are a team that are nobodies, then you have another thing coming for you, because this team is they're unbelievably unstoppable.
I'm
Simple
pretty sure. I'm about to butcher his name as well. Klopp. Klopp, yeah. Pretty sure Klopp had their ass training.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was mad about that.
Oh, yeah.
He thought that, they should have won that against Man United. So,
I mean, but let's be real.
They came out strong.
It was a poor performance from them, honestly. They didn't look good at all last week. And so they had to really show up and show out. I mean, he made a couple of good changes on the squad, and Harry played really well. Harry Elliott played really well as well for them this week. I mean, there's an all-around good game for Liverpool, obviously winning 9 goals to 0. But next up, we have Brentford and Everton. 1-1 draw. Brentford's probably upset about this one, but is this a sign that Everton are trying to find their way back to civilization or realism?
I mean, trying, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I gotta see. I don't know, based off of this game, that's gonna prove to me or show me that they could come back and make an effort back to being like a top 10 team in the Premier. But so far, I mean, Brentford didn't play a bad game. It was just a draw, just a terrible draw for them, I guess, because I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you'd like to see them win this, but
yeah,
we'll see. They'll both.
I mean, you gotta realize you're not gonna win them all. And you're gonna have a slip up game where you can beat somebody that you end up drawing or losing to, that's somebody that you can beat, and this is a firm display of what happened. And I guess they didn't wake up for the game. Next up, we have Arsenal versus Fulham. So I watched the second half of this game when the goal started. Milinkovic, I think that's his name.
Arsenal.
He played. He plays like he plays like a slower Benzema. You get the ball to his feet, and he's gonna slot it in every single time of the day. They went up early, but Arsenal showed something that we haven't seen from Arsenal in a couple of seasons. They showed that fight, that character, that I'm never gonna give up. They showed that with this win. And personally, this was a statement game for Arsenal, and it really showed them that they really showed the rest of the Premier League that, hey, Arsenal's back, and so if you have a problem with it, then you're gonna have to beat us. Mm-hmm. That's what I took away from this game.
Yeah. Pretty much. Go Gunners. They starting off strong. Because Arsenal always had that problem to me, like the past couple seasons, that they always start off bad and slow. And then towards mid-season or towards almost the end, they start playing good. But so far, they starting off strong. Hopefully they can stay like this. And like you said, and start showing people we here to stay, and we going to be that team unless somebody beat us and show us differently. So, hopefully they keep it up. I'm liking Arsenal.
Ollie, do you think Arsenal can keep this drive up?
Yeah, for a while. I mean, I think they'll definitely finish top four this season. This team is looking very good and looking very strong. Hopefully they stay healthy. Obviously, that's a question mark with any team once we get into the tournaments and all that stuff, and the midweek games. But we'll see. Hopefully they do. If they're able to stay healthy and keep their center points in there, I think they'll finish top four. They'll have their slip. Every top team does. They'll have their slip. Hopefully, it's mainly domestic for them though.
And the problem is, it's around Christmas. Like that around Christmas time is so bad for Chelsea that I don't even want to watch. I don't even watch. Well, I do watch, but I'm always like, oh, here we go. Here comes the losing.
The slump.
It's like because when it rains, it pours, man. Like it's contagious.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like you just said, Ollie, I think Arsenal definitely a team to look out for. Right, I got a question. Do you think Arsenal can beat Manchester City? I think they play in a couple weeks or soon.
I'm going with Arsenal.
Right now, at this present moment, if we keep playing these our fullbacks like this, yes, we will lose that game. There is no way we keep Gabriel Jesus out of the goal. If we're having our center backs guard, Diaz is gonna get dusted.
Yeah.
Jesus wanted to lose. Gabriel wanted to leave, right?
Yeah, I think he wanted a new, like, something new to do.
Okay, because I was finna say, if City got rid of him, he's going to prove a point. He's going to get a goal on y'all.
Well, we wanted Haaland. We wanted Messi actually.
We wanted
Messi, but when we realized that wasn't really
obtainable.
Yeah, and honestly it could have been. But anyway, once we realized we couldn't get him, it was always what striker do we want? Because honestly, Gabriel he plays very much like Aguero did, and Pep didn't want Aguero. So obviously he's not going to keep Gabriel, but Gabriel was able to produce a little bit, but he didn't really play. He played a lot of minutes off the bench and he started some games, but all of our major games he didn't really play much. So I wasn't really surprised to see him go. And Zinchenko, with what a skill talent he has, I wasn't really surprised to see him get a good deal somewhere else either. So not really surprised by either, but to answer your question, at this current time, yes, I do think that we will lose that game, but I don't think it'll be like a sweep or anything, but I do think that it'll be like 3-1, 3-2.
Why so many goals?
Oh, it's definitely going to be goals scored. So it's definitely goals going to be scored.
Let's look at the goal scorers we have. On Man City's side, we have Haaland, we got De Bruyne. It's just the sheer power. And then with Arsenal's ability to be disruptive and how much Gabriel Jesus is willing to run right now and just chase, he knows our team. So if he just puts pressure on Ederson, he knows he's bound to possibly make a mistake. So he's going to take those chances. I just believe that with those two on that team, I think that they could make I think that they can make more problems for us than Arsenal generally does, and they obviously always cause us good problems. So I think that they could beat us, honestly.
Yeah.
Good. Well, I knew you had an answer, and that's why I asked you the question. See? Good hosting right there. No, but yeah, no, Arsenal are definitely in a good flow of things right now, and definitely a team I'm afraid to play, being that we are what we are doing.
This is 4-0.
Next up, we have Wolves versus Newcastle. A draw there. This is an interesting draw for me. Newcastle are a team. They got a lot of money.
Goal.
Huh?
It was a late minute goal, so
for Newcastle or Wolves? I didn't watch this game.
Newcastle. Wolves is up 1-0 the whole game until it was a last minute goal by one of their players. Newcastle players.
Saint Maximin, of course.
I think it was a header too. I believe it was. I saw a little bit of the game in highlights, so yeah.
I mean, Wolves are a team that are like you don't really know what they're doing, but they're doing something. And they're like a middle of the table team, so you always have to look out for those middle of the table teams. But yeah, back to my Newcastle point. They got a lot of money in January, spent a lot of money. They spent a bunch of money now this this summer. Not a bunch, but enough. They just signed a striker, Isak, from Real Sociedad, for about 60 million, I think. And so I mean they're really looking to try to figure out that attack. I mean, Eddie Howe has the money to do it, so hopefully now he can really produce for them. But I don't know. I think this game surprised me, honestly. I mean, Newcastle had 21 shots, only 6 on target with 64% possession. So they really need to like finish those chances, man. Like, I mean, they started the first 5 games with 3 draws. Well, the first 4 games, 3 draws and a win. Like, you got to figure it out. They got to really figure it out because now that money that you've been spending, it doesn't even look right. So, yeah. What's your opinion on this game?
I personally didn't know. I mean, I haven't really. Obviously, we've gone over it every week, but I haven't really looked at Wolves. I didn't know that they hadn't even won. They took points off of Newcastle. That sucks. That hurts more. I thought Wolves were a little bit higher, but yeah, that you can't drop points, and it is still early in the season. We don't know where any of these teams really go, or belong. But you spending all that money, you expect a result out of this.
Yeah.
Especially it's good that they salvaged it at the end, but like they're expected to win this game. So 21 shots, by the way. They had 21 shots from Newcastle.
And only 6 on target.
6 on target.
And you score 1 goal in like the last minute of the game.
The last minute. It was a header.
Gotta get those training boots on, boys. I don't know what that is, but that's gotta be better. It's gotta be better. Next up we have West Ham getting their first win of the season.
Finally.
Against Aston Villa. Villa's just in the mud right now. Like they can't get it going at all. And West Ham only scored 1 goal in like this late 3/4 of the way through the game.
It was
they have to like really fix like I don't know what Villa are doing, but they really need to like figure it out because if not, I mean I think they're sitting 15th right now with just 1 win last week, I think it was. But yeah, what's y'all's take on this game?
I'm just happy West Ham got a dub finally.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much all I could say.
Yeah, both these teams look really bad right now. So
yeah.
We'll see how it goes down the line. But I do expect West Ham to hopefully finish a little bit higher than this. But we'll see. I do expect them to, I mean, if they keep playing like this, they won't comfortably stay in Prem, but I do expect them to fairly comfortably stay in Prem.
I agree. What, last game? Not last game.
It
is last game. Yeah, last game that happened on Sunday. Tottenham versus Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest is just they're not feeling it yet. I don't know if they will feel it. They bought in. I saw something the other day. I think they bought in like 13 players this summer, and they've just been. It's gonna be too late for them to like really start gelling together. So they got to figure it out. Sooner rather than later. Tottenham, they're still trying to make a name for themselves after. I mean, being Tottenham, they suck. They're 3rd in the league right now. I have nothing good to say about Tottenham ever.
You still mad about that? You still mad about the 2,000 in hair pool? Relax, calm down. Tottenham is still a decent team.
I mean, I'm not mad.
Relax.
I just don't like Tottenham. They're
relax.
There's Chelsea, like one of Chelsea's rivals. I don't even like.
We know that, but you can still, give respect. That's like me trashing
you
Barca.
Will not ever hear respect.
That's like me trashing Barca.
Listen, there's one person on Tottenham that I like, just one, and that's
Harry Kane or Son.
Son, that's it.
Okay.
Because he's an amazing person. Like, love that
guy. Son haven't been playing pretty good so far.
I saw a shot from him on the weekend. Well, look at these shots for this game. 17 shots for Nottingham Forest, 18 for Spurs, 1 on target for Nottingham, 7 on target for Spurs. I mean, they just are I don't know.
And Nottingham had the most possession too, 56%, and Tottenham only had 44. So that's
but that's how Tottenham plays, man. They'll kill you on the
counterattack.
What they do. And that shows.
I will say, I think I watched the highlights of this game, so obviously it doesn't give you a full picture. But I mean, Forest, they had a few chances. It's just the finishing. Like they had 17 shots and only 1 on target. It's just the finishing. They look pretty good. Their build-up plays looking pretty good, especially for a team that's brought in so many new players. But what's most important for them is their stands look pretty full. That is huge because that brings in more money. So that'll be good. They're gonna need it after how much they've spent.
I think they spent like pretty close to the most this offseason.
Yes, so they're gonna need more. They're gonna need more.
They definitely are.
But I do truly believe that they looked fairly good. I can't remember. I think it was Lingard and Johnson. They had this really nice one too. And I didn't even see it coming, like even from that top down view, I didn't think that they'd be able to connect that. So I think they've got some good things building for them. Now, what I will say is Dean Henderson, my guy, came in so clutch in that second half. He had some great saves.
And he saved a pin, I think, right?
He saved a pin from Harry Kane, and it wasn't fully in the corner, but it was pretty far over there. And he was content with his spot. So it was definitely a good save on that penalty. Harry Kane ended up getting it back through a very free header, and that was no blame of Henderson at all. That was a broken play that ended. It was they were expecting a call on defense, and the defenders just fell asleep. Like there was somebody, I think it was Cook. Cook was standing right beside the guy, and then he stepped up and gave Kane a free header. You can't do that.
No, especially not against that aerial team. Like they'll kill you up top.
Yeah, they will. And that's how they got the penalty. Is Harry Kane got pulled and then the handball. So it was very, very bad, very sloppy.
You said Harry Kane got pulled?
Yeah, there was a jersey pull. They called the handball. They didn't call that. They called the handball. So let's be clear on that. The call was on the handball. I just saw a jersey pull, but the call was a handball. But yeah, I think they do need to figure out that defense. 3 in the back. I mean, Tottenham does it too, but I don't like the 3.
I hate 3 at the back. I hate it with a passion. It's burning passion.
I don't know, man. It gives you more people to allow to get a yellow card. I guess you have 3.
No, that's so stupid. That's so dumb.
They used all 3. Hey, they got their 3 jersey pulls and trips out the way. So, I mean, I guess it helps with that a little bit, but. I don't know. It was a good game, to be honest.
Yeah. Gotta love Tottenham, I guess. But yeah, we're gonna move on to predicting games for this midweek. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday's games. First off, Crystal Palace versus Brentford.
Brentford
Draw.
I can see a draw, but I don't want to root for Palace this week, obviously, but I think they'll win this one by just a goal, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it can go either way for both of these teams, though.
For sure.
Fulham versus Brighton.
I'll say Brighton. I'll give this one. This will be the first one I go to Brighton.
I'm gonna say Brighton, but I think Fulham are a seriously good team. Chelsea, Southampton.
Southampton.
Yeah. I think Southampton pulls this one like 1-0.
Are y'all trolling?
I agree. No, I'm not trolling actually.
Y'all are serious?
Ollie trolling, but I'm not.
I'll bet both of y'all.
Are you trolling, Ollie? Or are you serious too?
I don't know, honestly. I think this will be a tie. I can't.
Y'all are not in a good form to be. That can't. Yeah.
I'll bet money right now. How much money you want to put up?
Y'all barely beat Leicester.
How much money?
Y'all lost to
much? You just barely beat this team. Your team almost lost.
Exactly. We barely beat Southampton too. So therefore,
But we're better than y'all.
No, y'all not. And I can't wait when that game comes.
Whatever. Moving on. I got Chelsea obviously winning that game tomorrow.
We know.
Leeds versus Everton.
Leeds should come back on this and win.
I got Leeds as well. Yeah. Leeds are gonna wrap their finger around Everton tomorrow.
Yeah, they look like trash, so I got Leeds.
Bournemouth, Wolves.
2 trash teams. Who will win? Draw.
I got Bournemouth.
Yeah.
In their first one of the season.
Yeah. This would be the one. Yeah. This one right here.
City, Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest.
I'm going non-Forest, because if they struggle against Palace, we don't know about Forest.
No, I got Man City.
I mean, I can see this going. Nah, we need to get 4 out of this one, but we'll see. We'll see. I have us winning. I don't think it'll be 4-0. I think we'll chill at like 2-3-0.
3-2. Or 3-0.
You think they'll?
No, not 3-2. I'm sorry. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1.
Oh, I mean, still, you got them scoring on us?
Yeah, they'll score at least one goal. I give them that.
I definitely don't think they're getting.
Crystal Palace
they're
scored
not.
on
They're
y'all.
listen. Crystal Palace are different from
They've
Nottingham
been
Forest.
playing together.
Nottingham
Like,
Forest
that's
not
the
that
first
bad. Now y'all trashing Nottingham Forest like they just some terrible
No,
team.
but we're putting them up against City. That's the
City
thing.
is a great team. Not taking that from you. But I got them getting at least one goal.
Okay.
If y'all keep playing like how y'all, like you said,
They're not gonna get in City's half.
It's possible for them to get a goal, obviously, right?
Yeah.
But to say you think they're gonna get a goal, that's like you have them getting at least one goal. That's what
I have them at least getting one.
Wow,
just one.
So that's
they're not getting.
maybe
They're
one,
they're not gonna get in City's half, let alone one goal. Next game,
You already know
Arsenal,
my answer.
Aston Villa.
Everyone's answer. Aston Villa. There's no chance for Aston Villa.
I mean, Steven Gerrard played for Liverpool. He hates Arsenal. Maybe his team shows up for him this weekend or this week. It's midweek.
And you can. Nah, I'm not gonna say that. You can hope all you want. I'll say that.
That's not happening.
It ain't. The best result for Aston Villa is 2-0 loss there.
Or a draw.
Or a draw. Yeah,
that's
still a point. Still a point.
That's a great result.
Yeah, good point.
That's a great result.
Yeah.
Arsenal will be mad if they draw this game.
Oh yeah. That's a point.
West Ham, Tottenham. West Ham. I just don't like Tottenham.
Yeah, Spurs should win this.
Man, still mad.
Spurs got to win that.
Ollie answered?
Yeah, I said Spurs.
Oh, I didn't know if he answered. Liverpool, Newcastle.
Liverpool.
Liverpool are back. I
didn't play that game. Liverpool.
I have them winning by 1, but I would love to see a draw here, just to make Liverpool more mad.
Of course, you want to see a draw in the City, man. Clown.
They was too close last year, man.
Oh, it is. You think? Leicester City.
I already know your answers. You probably gonna say Leicester gonna win. Ollie probably gonna say a draw or Leicester's gonna win. Go ahead, though.
I was gonna say Leicester. I mean, Leicester. They need to really figure it out, but I think maybe Leicester could wake back up this.
Yeah, we know that. Ollie, what's your answer?
Yeah, we know that.
United's gonna win this one.
Okay.
But
I got United as well.
It ain't gonna be comfortable.
It ain't gonna be comfortable, but I got United as well.
Really a midweek game. They're tired. They just played.
Hey, Ronaldo might have to start.
You want to lose?
I have this 1-0 Man United.
I'll give it 1-0 again.
Yeah,
or 2-1.
So before we head out, I'm gonna just tell you 4 weeks in. I'm just gonna say the standings. Arsenal sitting at number 1, City at 2, Tottenham at 3, Brighton at 4, Leeds United at 5, Chelsea at 6, Newcastle at 7, Manchester United at 8, Liverpool at 9, Brentford at 10, Fulham at 11, Crystal Palace at 12, Southampton at 13, Nottingham Forest at 14, Aston Villa 16 on 3 points. West Ham is on 16 on 3 points. So Villa's at 15, West Ham's at 16, Portman's at 17 on 3 points. Everton with 2 points at 18 inside of relegation. Wolves inside of relegation with 2 points, and Leicester City at the bottom of the league with 1 point. I think this will all change a lot over the next 35 whatever weeks it is in May, or it'll change over the next 6, 7, 8 months.
It need to change if Everton and Leicester's in there. Wolves, they just came back 2 seasons ago.
Like 2 seasons ago, yeah.
So that ain't nothing new if they go back to the championship. But Everton and Leicester haven't been there for 5-6 years. It's been a minute, and they won Premier League, so they need to step it up.
Yeah, and I think they'll find it. They'll find it at one point. If not, they'll sack Brendan Rodgers by Christmas.
Oh yeah.
They're probably gonna get rid of
That's my prediction right now. If they don't start figuring it out, he's gonna be gone by Christmas.
Oh yeah.
And then they're gonna bring somebody in to keep them up this year. But yeah, man, if you made it this far, appreciate you for listening. This has been another good Premier League match week for Ollie, Eli. Thank y'all for joining. I really appreciate that. We'll be back on Friday, maybe. Probably not. Actually, I was just thinking about some other episodes coming out, but maybe No, it'll be Friday or Thursday. Whatever. Anyway,
It's
thank
definitely
y'all.
got to be Friday because it starts back Saturday.
No, it'll be on. This will come out on. The next one will
No,
come out on
this
Thursday.
coming out early. I'm talking about the next time we record. It got to come out Friday night.
It'll come out on Thursday, and then I'll put the NFL. Well, talk about all this. NFL will be out on Saturday. That's that. Thank y'all for listening.
Subscribe,
like,
comment.
and yeah, this has been the post game. Peace.
Peace.